In today's video, we'll be finding out what happens if you fill a Twinkie with liquid nitrogen and eat it. Then we're gonna blowtorch some Twinkies and clone some Twinkies in the microwave, which I didn't know was possible, but hold on. And a few other science experiments that will tell us if Twinkies really do last forever, and if so, in what form. And also, just kind of randomly, I think I may have accidentally proven that Sour Patch Kids are flammable, but I'll let you guys decide. Plus, more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section. In the last video, I asked you guys what is something that makes you smile, and after reading your comments, I have to admit, I did a whole lot of smiling too. Because while some of your comments were really sweet and nice, other comments were just hilarious. But since you guys came up with so many comments, I thought I'd ask another question. What is your spirit animal? It could be anything from a fox because you're clever and sly, to a polar sloth because you just want to hang out and chill. Be creative with your answers and put whatever you can come up with in the comment section. I'll be picking 10 of my favorite to be featured in the next video. Now, let's get this thing going. For this part in today's video, what we're going to be doing is cooking up some Twinkies. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff to these Twinkies, but the first thing I wanted to do is find out what happens if you put it in the pan and fry it. I would imagine you get a fried Twinkie, but it's not that simple. I'm thinking that there's a good chance that this might just melt. I really don't know what it's going to do, but I want to find out, so we're going to put it to the test. That being said, let's get this thing going. As it's heating up, I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. Oh yeah. The only reason I'm really adding the oil here is because I got a feeling I'm probably gonna want to eat this after I'm done. And so to do that, I'll need to be able to peel whatever I've cooked off of the pan. Well, I think that's the right temperature, and to be honest, I never did have much patience for things like that, so we're just gonna throw these on there and see what happens. That was anticlimactic, but let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off now before I burn my house down. Because wow, those are some really cooked Twinkies. And there's only one thing left to do. We're gonna have to eat this monstrosity. Okay, now while these things are still sizzling, I'm gonna pick them up and eat them. Oh my goodness. So while I was picking them up, they ripped apart, but then reformed into one Twinkie. Don't ask me how, but that's how it came off the pan. And now I'm going to eat it. And I gotta be honest, it smells kind of like a pancake. Like a very burnt pancake. I probably shouldn't have burnt it so much, but it does taste good while it's cooked. Yeah, I mean, there's really not a way that you're not gonna like this. If you like a Twinkie, you're gonna like a cooked Twinkie. But that pan was only set so high. I wonder how this thing could hold up to a blowtorch. So we're gonna find out. That might be my favorite sound. Okay, I'm just kidding, it's not that great of a sound. All right, let's see if this thing can get blowtorched. Oh, you guys thought I was gonna use something like this? Ha, no, that's funny. Smoking! Wow, I don't even want to eat that. We've completely turned this thing into ash. Ugh. Hey, the inside still looks pretty good. Just do a quick candy dissection here, and yeah, this cadaver looks like it was burned to death. So what did we learn from this? Not a whole lot. Apparently you cannot blowtorch your Twinkies, but that came as no surprise. But I wonder what happens if we do the exact polar opposite and freeze it. Maybe with liquid nitrogen? Let's get this thing going. Now I know this whole video is supposed to be about Twinkies, but I thought just sort of as like a bonus, to me, we would hit these with the blowtorch too. And this is America's favorite candy, Sour Patch Kids. Or maybe it's just millennials' favorite candy. Either way, we're gonna try to melt this with a little blowtorch. Let's see what happens. Why is there so many red ones? I don't even like the red ones. All right, now is everybody comfortable? Okay, so now that I've put all the Sour Patch Kids into their final melting place, I will reward them by making them all one. Oh my god, they're burning. I was not expecting them to burn. How is it that you can light a Sour Patch Kid on fire? Oh, it smells rank. Oh my god, the Sour Patch Kids are on fire. The Sour Patch Kids are on fire? How is that even possible? Seriously, how is that possible? I swear I didn't do anything to these. I'm just hitting it with a jet torch. That's it. I did not think you were gonna be able to, what the? I know a million people are gonna say I did something to these, but take a jet torch and burn yourself some Sour Patch Kids and then tell me what happened. Do this first. I mean, I don't even have the torch right on it, and these things are catching a blaze. They're smoking! Okay, well, I gotta admit, I was not expecting that result at all. That's absolutely insane. I'm glad I tried that. I mean, my house smells terrible now, but we learned something. Now I need to go and throw this in the trash. And that being said, we'll be on to the next one. The next thing we're gonna be doing in today's Twinkie-filled video is filling a Twinkie with liquid nitrogen. And this stuff is cold. So cold that I'm hoping that I can actually shatter a Twinkie. Not only that, but I really want to find out what a frozen Twinkie tastes like. It's like a Twinkie popsicle. One could only imagine, but few have dared to go there before. And besides that, it's gonna be pretty weird. Let's get to it. So, if you've never used one of these things before, this is liquid nitrogen. It's meant to spray on people and things and whatever else. I don't really know what it's used for. I guess you're supposed to spray it on somebody's injury, and that kind of makes sense. So you could use this like in lieu of an ice pack. So you could always have something freezing cold ready to go. The other thing you can use these for is weird YouTube videos, as I will now demonstrate. The first thing that I want to do is insert this straw deep into the Twinkie's hole that it has here, and we're gonna fill this up with liquid nitrogen. Okay. It's alive! You can already visually see the difference between that one and this one. I'm gonna create another ice hole for this Twinkie and get to squirting. Oh my, that's so cold. This is like a little blizzard in a can. This thing is impressive. It's too cold to even touch already. It feels like it's dry ice or hot ice. I forget what that's called. You know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna back the camera up a little bit so that way you guys can see the amount of destruction that this thing is doing. That's pretty hardcore. Everything is frozen now. Oh my god. That's pretty intense. Well, I can't put the straw in it anymore because this thing is frozen solid. Oh, and I guess that's the entire can. Well, we put it to good use. Now, let's try some experiments. I want to try to cut through this Twinkie. Oh, that was tough. That was like cutting through wood. That... Ah, it's too cold to touch. I'm not even kidding. There's no way you could eat that. The outside is so cold. I can already tell that's not gonna quite shatter like how I wanted it to, so I won't go get a hammer, but I will break it with the butt of this knife. Or I'll try to. Wow, that thing is like indestructible. I've never hit a Twinkie and not made it the whole way through. As you can see here, the knife got into a fight with the Twinkie, and the Twinkie won. That's pretty much what happened here. So now the only thing left to do is find out what a frozen Twinkie tastes like. Ah, that's so cold! Oh my god, I can barely even hold the plate. Ah, okay. It's crunchy. It's warmed up just enough to where you can eat it. That was timed out perfectly. There's still some frozen parts in it, but you can get through it. To be honest, I could totally see somebody ordering one of these at a fancy restaurant and paying all sorts of money for this. Maybe it's that I don't have a very refined palate, but this tastes just like some high-end dessert you would buy from a 5-star restaurant. Again, I don't have a very refined palate, but it just tastes really good to me. Also, maybe it's because I'm not used to all these different textures. It just seems fancy. That's the impression I'm getting from it. Although, I would imagine that from a viewer's standpoint, it doesn't look very fancy. It probably just looks really weird. And if that's what you're thinking, I gotta say, I agree with that. That being said, we'll be on to the next one. The next thing we're gonna be doing to try to destroy a Twinkie is putting it in the microwave and seeing if it pops. At least that's what I'm hoping it does. I've got a sneaking suspicion that if you put a Twinkie in the microwave, it's going to expand. That actually happens with lots of stuff. I know that certain types of soap does it, and I'm pretty sure Peeps do. But what we want to find out is what happens when you put a Twinkie in the microwave. I think we should start off with a minute and just sort of see what happens. I'm excited to find out what happens, and I'm even more excited to eat whatever it is. That being said, let's get this thing going. Now, I would say ordinarily to use a microwave safe plate, but in this case, I don't even know if the Twinkies are microwave safe. I think the more important question is my microwave Twinkie safe? But I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh my god, what is happening to the Twinkies? I knew they were gonna expand. Oh my god, I think they're multiplying in there. This one looks like it's having a really good time, and I think that one might just be dead. Well, here's what we've got after a minute in the microwave, and that looks disgusting. Oh man, some of it was burning. Oh, there's like a skin stuck to the plate. Was not expecting all that. So there's definitely a pretty rank smell coming from this thing, and if you look right here, I think it's that. Ugh, whatever that is smells terrible. It smells like poison, and it might be poison. But I did say that I wanted to find out what these tasted like, didn't I? Was I the one that said that? It's not how I remember it. Oh. I'm not even kidding. If you think I'm kidding, try to microwave a Twinkie. It smells disgusting. Ugh. Yuck. All right, well, it's all chewy now. It doesn't fall apart quite like a Twinkie used to. It's kind of all congealed into one solid mass of fat and sugar. Oh, that's gross. Okay, I cannot overstate this enough. Twinkies in the microwave is a bad idea. It was pretty good when I froze them, but it is terrible when you put them in a microwave. A microwave pretty much ruins any kind of food you put into it, and that's why I like mine so much. And that being said, we'll be on to the next thing. So if this video was helpful, or if you just enjoyed watching it, make sure to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and bell me for notifications if you'd actually like to see the videos. And of course, I'll be seeing you guys in just a few days with a new video. Oh, and by the way, click this playlist. It'll take you somewhere magical, and you'll get a free Lamborghini. Not really. Okay, I'll see you there.